Hello everyone, in today's video we will be doing percents. In the next video, which I also recorded today, we will be doing tax, tip, and discount, which is still related to percents. So, percents is basically, we're not going to be as much talking about the definition of percents as trying to solve how much of one number is this percent. So anyway, I hope you enjoy the video, and I hope you learn.
Percent means part of a whole, just like a fraction or decimal. Percents can also be solved in many different ways. Today we're going to focus on just two ways of solving it. One simple way and one way that is more advanced, but it is still a good way of solving. Way 1, the simple way. So, as you know, or don't know, decimals are technically percents and vice versa. Because percents are part of a whole, decimals are also part of the whole. Because we represent percents with whole numbers, we need to find a way to not make it whole numbers. Because 1 is the first whole number that we use using decimals or fractions. And 75 is over 1 if we use 75%, so that wouldn't work. But if we made it hundredths, like 0.75, then that is less than 1. 0.75 is less than 1, which is good. Why not 7.5 or 0.075? Well, first of all, 7 5/10 or 7.5 is greater than 1. We don't want that. And 0.75 is too little because that would mean that 100 or the whole is only 1/10, which we don't want. We need 1, and the only way to work with that is with hundredths. So way 1 takes a percentage and makes it hundredths, because technically you cannot multiply by a percent. That is impossible. It's just against the rules. So if we took 75% of 72, then we can make that 75.75, as you know, because we can't have anything over 1, and leave the 72 the same because there is no reason why we have to change it. So 75% is equivalent to 0.75. 75% equals 0.75. So we can just write 75 hundredths or 0.75 of 72, and that's technically the same. Now, you'll follow the same procedures as you were actually finding 0.75 or 3/4 of 72. You would multiply. So, let me just erase this. So we have 72 times 0.75. Now, it's multiplication, so the 0.75 can be anywhere. There is no use, but you can suit yourself, of putting 72 times 0.75 and maybe add some zeros, because multiplication does have to be lined up. But because that is way too time consuming, I'm going to do it this way. And don't forget your decimal. So, we can multiply 2 times 5 is 10, carry the 1, 7 times 5 is 36, plus 1 is 36. 7 times 5 is 35. Now we finish the 5 columns. As you know, we go to the next column. 2 times 7 is 14. Carry the 1. 7 times 7 is 49. Plus 1 is 50. So now we have 360 plus 5,040. Notice I didn't put the decimal in the 360 or the 5,040 because we don't need that until we have our product. So don't forget that. If you have to put the decimal, that's fine. That's not illegal. But it's better not to put it because it's just easier like that. So if we do our addition, 0 plus 0 is 0. 6 plus 4 is 10, which we can carry the 1. You guys know addition. 1 plus 3 is 4. And now we have 5,400. We cannot leave it like that. That is not correct. Because that would be like saying, oh, this decimal doesn't matter. So now we take the digits, as many digits as there are after the decimal, not before. Before doesn't matter, but after the decimal point, and then take that amount of digits and move the decimal point that way. So we can. So 0.75 has 2 digits. So if we have our decimal point at the end, we move 1 space to the left, 2 spaces to the left, and we're left with 54.00. These zeros are unnecessary. It's just extra writing. So cross out the zeros, and you have 75% of 72 is 54. And you can check that if you would like. Now let's move on to way 2. Way 2, the advanced way. Now you may be asking, why would you teach us the advanced way? Isn't that advanced? Well, this can actually help you remember better. Because it's advanced, because it's a lot of steps, but it's actually a very simple procedure. So, our first step is we're going to use 75% of 72 again. And we take that 72 and we do 72 minus 100%. Because that 100% is the whole, don't forget. And then we do x minus 75%. So we're kind of, in a way, we're making this an algebraic equation with x. We're solving for the unknown in this equation. So, now that we have our 72 minus 100% and x minus 75%, we cross multiply. Now, if you don't know what cross multiplying is, that's fine. That's basically like taking 4 numbers, let's say 2 over 8 times 4 over 9. Cross multiplying is literally what the name says. You multiply the number by the number that is across it. So that may sound confusing, but just listen. So if we have 2, we multiply it by the number across it, diagonal of it, which is 9. This is also called the butterfly method. So 2 times 9 is 18. And then we'd multiply 4 by 8, which is 32. And that's how we would cross multiply. So, taking what we just learned, we would do 100 times x and 72 times 75. Yes, take the actual number because we will apply the decimal later, as you will see. So now that we thought of our answer or next step, 100x equals 72 times 75, yes, we keep the number because we will add in the division/decimal later. So just listen and watch. We have 100x equals 72 times 75. Now, this is just like solving an algebraic equation. So we would do 72 times 75, which is 5,400. So now we get 100x equals 5,400. Now, as you know, in algebraic equations, we divide by the coefficient to isolate the x. That is our very last step. The coefficient is the number in front of the x, so we are dividing by 100. And dividing by 100 is very easy. You just get rid of 2 decimal places, and in this case, 2 zeros. So now we have x equals 54, and 54 is our answer. Again, you can check, but we got that in our last answer, so I'm pretty sure that this is right. There is one way that I forgot about, the fractions path. So we took the percentage root, the decimal root, and now we take the fractions root. I know fractions are really tough to work with, but if you can simplify it, this will be an absolute breeze. So, again, let's take 75% of 72. And if we convert 75 to 75 hundredths, which is 0.75, that can just go to 75 hundredths. Think about what 75 hundredths can be changed to. Now, you can pause the video for a short time to think about it. Did you think about it? Or did you just skip ahead? Either way is fine. Still, 75 hundredths is equal to 3/4. If you got 3/4, nice job. So, we're going to take the time-saving way, because you always want to take the time-saving way in math. So we will do 72 times 3/4. Now, we can simplify, and simplify is the same way as cross-multiplying, except it's technically cross-division. Surprisingly, 4 does go into 72. It goes into 72 18 times. And the reason that 4 can be cross-divided with 72 is because 72 is technically 72 over 1. So, we have 1 and 18. And 3 and 1 is already simplified, so we can just continue. 1 times 1 equals 1. Because remember, you multiply numerator and numerator, denominator and denominator. The top is numerator, the bottom is denominator. 18 times 3 is 54, and just to double check, 18 times 3, 8 times 3 is 24, carry the 2, 1 times 3 is 3, plus 2 is 54. So we have 54 over 1, and just like the zeros in decimals, we can cross out that 1 because it doesn't matter. So, our answer, 54. And that is correct. One thing, if you have something like 57 over 100, something that you cannot simplify, then don't waste your time trying to multiply like 85 by it, because that's just too time consuming. Just go the old way, like 85 times 0.57. This way is much easier than trying to do 85 times 57, then dividing it by 100, and stuff like that. So, only do it if you can simplify it and it's much easier. This way, I would think of more as a shortcut than a way to automatically go to. Think of as a automatic, like, first primary way. Think of it as your secondary way instead of your primary way, because this is, if you can't simplify that fraction, this is a terrible primary way. Only use it as secondary, or as the way to not time consume, to easy just go through the problem.
So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video about percents, and I hope you learned something, because if you learned something, that's great for me, and I thank you for watching it, and have a good night or day, and I'll see you next time.